Hello everyone, we are from Mavi College of Engineering, Bangalore. Our topic is Microbial Fuel Cells in Genomics, a review.
Introduction. As the associated problems are rising, wastewater treatment and green energy harvesting should be given importance. So the microbial fuel cells are gaining importance as the contemporary method of wastewater treatment along with energy generation. So it utilizes microorganisms to extract energy trapped in the organic matter in the form of electricity. So from the past 15 years, it has captivated the research network with a hope of treating natural bio waste using microbes which act as a catalyst for anodic and cathodic reactions. So a whole set of DNA in individual is called a genome and its study is called genomics. So by using the tools of genomics, we know about the microorganism that can be used in microbial fuel cells for enhancing its working. Introduction to microbial fuel cells. So it utilizes the catabolic action of living cells using microorganisms which catalyze the ongoing reaction to liberate energy in the form of electricity from chemical energy. When microorganisms change the oxidation number of a chemical, then they collect the electrons and deliver them to respiratory enzymes which can accumulate in the form of ATP. So electrons are passed on to electron acceptor like nitrate, iron, etc. to the anode. And microorganisms break down carbohydrates such as glucose in the presence of oxygen into water, carbon dioxide, and energy as shown in the first equation. But in the absence of oxygen, in case of microbial fuel cells, carbon dioxide, protons, and electrons are produced as you can see in the second equation. The working of typical microbial fuel cell is depicted here. In aqueous solutions, anode and cathode in different chambers are segregated by a proton exchange membrane. So microorganisms are the reason by which currents are generated as they pass electrons to the electron acceptor from reduced electron donors at a high electrochemical potential. Microorganisms in an anode perform the oxidation of organic matters which produce protons and electrons which are determined on the fuel source. So the oxidation product is carbon dioxide. So under an external circuit, the electrons are transferred to a cathode which powers an outer electrical load and the protons are passed through the membrane. Therefore, the reaction of electrons and protons takes place at the cathode which results in depleting the oxidant to water promoting electricity.
Now, coming to introduction to genomics. Genomics is the study of whole set of genomes of microorganism and consists of elements from genetics. The techniques explained here are sequencing, PCR, RFLP, DNA microarray, mutagenesis, HPLC, plotting, phylogenetic study, and spectrophotometer. Now coming to tools of genomics, first is pyrosequencing. In this technology, something called sequence by synthesis method is used. In this method, light is generated when a nucleotide is incorporated. This is exclusively used here. Now coming to restriction fragment length polymorphism RFLP, DNA is separated from the sample and is exposed to the restriction enzymes. It is isolated using electrophoresis. It is transferred to a membrane and hybridized with a probe. After this, X-beam film is created which shows the zones where radioactive probe binds will appear on the film. Now, coming to DNA microarray, by assessing the mRNAs, we can get information about the particular gene and its expression. The complementary DNA is marked with fluorochrome dyes. The DNA sample is cut down into smaller pieces. After passing the fragments under the laser beam, they can be identified by their fluorescence. Coming to Illumina sequencing, the procedure followed here are library preparation. This mainly deals with the fragmentation of DNA. Cluster generation. This is done through a bridge PCR method. DNA sequencing. When a nucleotide incorporation happens, fluorescence is observed and this is recorded by the sensing equipment. And finally, data analysis. Now coming to mutagenesis, CRISPR-Cas9. When a virus attacks a bacterium, the bacteria produces two types of RNA. The complementary RNA forms a complex with the Cas9 protein. This complex binds to the complementary sequence in the virus genome and cleaves it at specific site and thus disables the virus. Restriction enzyme based. The restriction enzyme recognizes certain specific sequences in the target DNA molecule and cleaves it. After ligation of the gene of interest in the vector, various screening techniques are followed, after which it is transformed to a target cell for expression of the gene, using which the transformed cells can be identified. Now coming to HPLC. HPLC is a precise form of column chromatography. A column that bears a packing stationary phase, a pump and a detector is used in HPLC. The separate compounds of the sample migrate via the column at distinctive rates due to the fact that they are retained to a different magnitude of interaction that happen between the sample and the stationary phase. Every substance gets detected with the help of a detector and this information is delivered to the computer.
Now, talking about organisms and microbial fuel cells, first are microbes. Microorganisms like exoelectrogen, that is Agrobacter, Budsleri, and Shrevanella species, enable the conversion of energy to generate electricity in microbial fuel cell, which also holds the promise to clean wastewater and environment while offering sustainable resources of energy. In case of Shrevanella onadensis MR1, the findings demonstrate that S within an electrode serves as an acceptor of electron, and onadensis can store growth energy and serve for the treatment of wastewater. Administration of pyrosequencing in 16 srRNA gene amplicons and Illumina shotgun metagenome sequences were administered to reveal that microbes can be used to produce electricity. Next is fungi. Fungi used for the generation of electricity is white rot fungi. It also improves power generation efficiency. The fungus that was used was a white rot fungus microbial fuel cell that uses WRF, which is grown at its cathode. Then the addition of copper sulfate to fungi stimulates WRF secreting lacase, which enhances microbial fuel cell redox reaction and thus used for the generation of electricity. The construction of new type of YFC prototype with the help of carbon nanotubes, polyurethane anode and polyvinyl alcohol phosphoric acid membrane were reported. A PVA plus H3PO4 PEM membrane was incorporated in dual chamber of yeast-based fuel cell to provide power output of 100 milliwatt per meter square. Next is protozoa. Protozoa, also known as protozoans, are single-cell eukaryotes with complex internal structures, and they are free-living or parasitic. Geobacter sulfuridescens is a bacteria which is present in a big amount at anode, but anaerobic protozoa consumes G. sulfuridescens. This protozoan grazing leads to a decrease in current output up to 91% in SMFC, which is sediment microbial fuel cell. Hence, in order to increase the current output, there was a need to eliminate protozoan grazing. To achieve these, sediments were treated with eukaryotic inhibitors, which resulted in increased current. When marine sediments along with the eukaryotic inhibitors were modified, the power output increased by 2 to 5 fold. Then next is algae. Microalgae is being used for biomass production as microalgae has great photosynthetic efficiency and it consumes less water than terrestrial crops. For the first time, a 10L scale photosynthetic microalgae fuel cell PMFC operation was operated in outdoors with a success. Photosynthesis occurs in the presence of microalgae and light at cathode, where CO2 is broken down by such microorganisms with the use of light to generate biomass. Then coming to Cholera vulgaris, it is a species of green microalgae and belongs to the division Chlorophyta. C. vulgaris was cultivated at cathode compartment of sediment microbial fuel cell SMFC, which lead to the increase in current and algal biomass. Next are plants. Rice bran has carbon, which was used to build single-chambered microbial fuel cell and the pond bottom mud. The overall electric charge that was gained by joining rice bran and the pond bottom mud in the MFC was 4 times greater than that gained by use of rice bran alone in MFC. In microbial fuel cell anode, which comprises or is made up of the bed of graphite granule, the plant is integrated. The marshy salt species Spartina angelica generated current in plant fuel cell for up to 119 days. The peak power generation was geometric anode area, which was 100 milliwatt per meter square.
Fuel cells. So first one is HPLC, that is high performance liquid chromatography. It is used to analyze the contents of extract and to differentiate the components concerning different extraction solvents, methanol and water extract in the case of camellia green tea extracts. So the extracts are used in fuel cells to generate bioelectricity. Therefore, the HPLC system consists of a single pump, auto sampler, detector injector, column through gradient element. The gradients which were used were mobile phases that can change over time. So the chromatographic separation is done and the separated components are analyzed at 280 nanometer using a detector. So it is a more rapid, simpler and reliable method of HPLC. So the next one is DGGE, that is denaturing gradient gel electrophoresis. It can analyze microbial community dynamics, composition, and diversity from microbial fuel cells. Denaturing gel can be stained before doing the DGG process so that the DNA or RNA strand can be analyzed using UV rays. With the help of this process, it was expressed that the Archobacter species generate utmost power density, which is beneficial for microbial fuel cell usage. Metagenomics. Metagenomic shotgun sequencing allows to evaluation of microorganism or bacterial diversity and detects the abundance of microorganism in different types of environments. Cytoencyclopedia of Genes and Genomes, that is KEGG, is a dataset resource of interpreting the higher order functional information and utilities of microbial systems like cells, organisms, etc. It can be used to distinguish among various communities to gain a profitable environment for microbial fuel cells which can increase power density. So the next one is Illumina sequencing. Here samples of cathodic and anodic biofilms are required. In case of MFC, microorganisms are extracted from biofilm and DNA strand is extracted and quantified by using nanodrop spectrophotometers. After extraction, amplicons are cleaned, then quantified and then sequenced by using the Illumina HiSeq performance, and the sequences are analyzed by quantitative insights into microbial ecology software. Pyrosequencing. Here also DNA amplicons are extracted from cathodic or anodic biofilms or planktonic cells, that is electrolytes, by using a DNA spin kit. So Genomes Sequencer FLX system is used for pyrosequencing, and DDBJ database can also be used for phylogenetic analysis. Phylogenetic trees are drawn by using neighbor joining method, and when analysis of unique and OTU for different samples can be done to compare the strength of anodic bacteria and cathodic bacteria or microbes. Upon graphene, anodic bacteria or microbes were tougher than cathodic bacteria or microbes. Next one is RT-qPCR, that is quantitative reverse transcription PCR, which is a method in which cDNA is transcribed from RNA by using reverse transcriptase. So cDNA is a template for qPCR reaction. There was a study on geobacter species for the generation of electricity in case of microbial fuel cell, and this process was used for verification of down regulation of genes on whole genomes.
Now, coming to the conclusion, microbial fuel cell studies help in improvement in environmentally green energy manufacturing and wastewater. Effective energy production and wastewater remedy strategy is critical and needs microbial fuel cell systems that are implementable. Electrogenicity can be improved by altering microorganisms with the help of various processes using which genes can be changed or modified, results in a better power generation in an MFC when used during wastewater treatment. With the amplification of certain strains in microbes, the output of MFC is increased. Engineered organisms slowly became an integral part in place of native microbes. In conclusion, there needs to be more research done on the pathways and particularly which strain of microbes, when amplified, can give good results, and experimentation done on genetic modification of microbes to provide better output.
Which we have used. Thank you.